Hello and welcome to what promises to be a very stimulating episode on regression therapy. I've been told over the years by many people how much they admire my joie de vivre, my zest for life, my passion, my enthusiasm, my childlike exuberance. And I've also had people tell me, Pooja, you're 50 years old, grow up. And I turn around and say, hang on a second. Growing old is inevitable, but growing up, that's optional. The fact is, I love my inner child. When you look at children, you see excitement, passion, a go-getter attitude. You ask them to do anything and they are ready for it. There's an enthusiasm which is unputdownable. And then they go into their teenage years and they're gung-ho and they want to change the world and it's all so exciting and they're ready for everything that the universe or the world has to send their way. And then you have a look at most of the adults that surround us and they're jaded and cynical and dull and boring and they think that nothing is going to change. Everything is just useless. It's just the way it is. And you turn around and say, when did this beautiful, curious, passionate child turn into that? And why? So I did this lovely course with the California Hypnosis Institute of India. And it was a deep journey into our conscious and our subconscious minds. That essentially, we all are a sum total of what is called our SEER programming. S-E-E-R. So S stands for your social programming, which is basically everything that you've learned till date vis-a-vis your social interactions, be it with your parents, your relatives, your friends, your neighbors, your peers, and everything from the way you dress, the way you speak, your body language, your respect for elders, being vegetarian or non-vegetarian, lifestyle choices. This all comes from our social programming. E is your economic programming, which is your relationship with money. A lot of us have a lot of negative attitudes towards money, which we don't even realize, been programmed into us from childhood. You must have often heard things like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are surrounded by fake friends, or money doesn't come easily, you have to work hard for it. And all these negative associations that we have with money, which cause financial blocks. Now, we will discuss these financial blocks and how to de-block yourself in another episode. But it's important to note that economic programming is a large part of your SEER programming. And then, of course, there are experiences, E for experiences. So say, for example, you've been cheated on by someone you love. You learn to be distrustful. You learn to be jealous. If some kind stranger has helped you along the way, you believe in miracles, you believe in the universe, you believe in an angel that stands guard over you. So experiences teach you so much and form a large part of who you are as well. And then comes R, which is our religious programming. So everything that your sacred texts have taught you about heaven and hell and, the 10 Commandments, or perhaps it's a Bhagavad Gita that has journeys and lessons on life, anything and everything from rituals to prayers to ceremonies to penance, that also forms an integral part of your programming. So here we are, a sum total of all our SEER programming. And there are so many parts of us along the journey of our life where we get fractured. There are moments, experiences, and incidents which deeply hurt us. And these little inner children, not the buoyant, beautiful inner child that I hold on to, but the inner children that are represented, hurt, pain, sadness, loss, grief, trauma at some point in your life. And those inner children need resolving and need help. A lot of us try to stuff away those inner children. We don't want to give them a voice. We just pretend it never happened. We shun them away, hoping perhaps that if we negate them, we don't have to deal with them and that they don't exist. But the point is they do. And the more you prolong it, the more you turn away from them, the louder their voices become. Their role in your life affects your decisions, affects your reality, affects your choices. It is very important to turn around, look at them in the face and say, I see you. Embrace them. See them. Heal them. There are so many ways to heal these inner children, to face them and to embrace them. And we're going to discuss just that with Asha Warrior as we discuss regression therapy and also a bit of past life therapy as well. She not only will discuss the importance, the benefits, and the magical nature of age regression therapy, but also delves a little bit into past lives, which we're all curious about, and that too we will discuss in yet another episode sometime in detail. But right now, we have Asha Warrior with regression therapy.
So regression therapy, as the term states, is about regressing. There is a problem here and now, but the origin of the problem has started somewhere in the past. Regression therapy takes us to the origin of the issue so that the issue by itself can stop creating a problem in the life right now. So hypnotherapy is more about taking a person into a hypnotic trance. So problem is in the conscious mind, the answer is in the subconscious mind. The person cannot access the subconscious mind until the trance state is achieved. However, in regression therapy, we understand that if a person is repeating a pattern or there is a problem that is happening, the trance is active. They are in the trance of the problem. So regression therapy breaks the trance, bringing the person out of the problem. That is the biggest difference. So if a person repeats, let's say, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. Where does he know that he is a failure? He's carrying the energy of failure from a start point. If we break the trance, he realizes that when we go to the origin of the issue, he's truly not a failure and he learnt it from somewhere, which is what brings me to the two parts of regression therapy. One of it is inner child work, which is of the present lifetime, and then there is beyond the present lifetime. We may choose to call it past life regression therapy. If a person feels fear or a phobia, let's say I have fear of water, what would it mean? Fear of water means that the person has a fear of drowning and dying. So our question is, did you drown and die in this lifetime? The answer is no. So it comes from somewhere. That could be a past life aspect of the person's life. But if the person says, I am afraid of being bitten by a dog because when I was 5 years old, the dog bit me and I have refused to play with the dog after that. That is inner child work. What information regression therapy brings to us is, unlike in hypnotherapy where I tell the person, imagine there is a dog and you will no longer be bitten by the dog, regression therapy takes you to the time when you were bitten and releases the energy of that bite. That memory stays, the charge, the emotion of that memory is released, and therefore the fear is gone forever. Regression therapy works excellently for relationship issues, for unexplained aches, pains and illnesses, horrible relationship with somebody, why is this happening to me? So all sorts of unexplained questions in life, regression therapy is the perfect answer to that. You are able to realize that if you have come to life, there is a reason for it, there is a purpose for it. It helps you to find out why are you here, what is it that you are doing. In fact, it goes a little further ahead to explain the karma theory completely. Clients come to us with questions in their life that they have been trying to find answers to, maybe patterns. So if there is a financial loss, then they keep seeing themselves as repeating the loss. We take them back to a time and space where they were abundant. And when is it that they decided that this money is not good for me? Maybe it's a belief system from childhood that if you have too much money, people will be jealous of you. So in childhood, they decide to block the money out and thereby creating a cycle of financial problems. If we take them into inner child work and work with the child, where is the belief coming from? If it's coming from your ancestors, from society, from a neighbor, from something that you heard, we are able to eradicate that belief itself so that the client can function out of the highest possibility that their mind can offer to them. In the last many years that I have been practicing, I noticed that clients have benefited because they have been able to find financial independence, emotional independence, get over fears, phobias and explain pains and aches, negative thinking patterns that are there, insomnia. In fact, to a large extent, it has worked beautifully because it's a wholesome experience of the relationship improving, finance improving, your health improves, because if there are body issues, the body is only reacting to what the mind has created somewhere in the past. So when we go back to the point where it was created, the body heals itself. The single most important outcome of regression therapy is being able to find lost soul parts. We lose our soul parts and soul energy in every problem that we have encountered in life. Regression therapy helps us to go back in time to be able to detach, disentangle that energetic part of you which you need to be able to go forward in life in a wholesome manner.
The fact is, we all have issues. We all have these inner children that are tucked away. The important part is to identify them. Say, for example, when you were young, you were compared with your siblings and told how much better they were than you. And you thought to yourself, I'm not good enough. And then you went to school and the teacher compared you with a class topper and told you you were a duffer and you should match up. And you thought, I'm not good enough. And then perhaps you fell in love with someone who rejected you and you said, I'm not good enough. You applied for a job and didn't get it. I'm not good enough. And then perhaps later, you get the job, but you don't get the promotion. And you think, I'm not good enough. The seed started when you were small. At the time that your parents compared you to your sibling, and the seed was born, I'm not good enough. And every incident post that amplified that seed. And at the end of the day, here you are as an adult, making decisions based on the repercussions of that seed. Therefore, you do not apply for jobs that you feel are beyond you because I'm not good enough. You don't go out there and approach the person, the beautiful person out there, your dream person, because you don't feel good enough. And all these decisions you make in your life based on the fact that you don't feel good enough. I'm not worthy enough. And all these self-worth issues stem from a stupid little seed that was ignored way back in childhood. And it festered and grew and blossomed into you making choices today that limit you and limit your being and limit your journey in every possible way. It could be these personal seeds, it could be seeds of sexual abuse that interfere with your beautiful intimate relationships and cause trouble and havoc in them. Belief systems that you formed over a lifetime, which again limit you in every possible way. It's time to free yourself of the demons, as we call them, of your past. These little sweet inner children, fractured little parts of you that need so much love and so much attention. Just to be hugged, kissed, and told, you see them, but it's time for them to go away and to be at peace and be at rest. And yes, regression therapy does that. So all of you, if you would like to get in touch with Asha Warrior after watching this episode, please log on to www.happysoul.in. You will find all her contact details under our services section. We look forward to you liking, sharing, and subscribing this particular video. We look forward to seeing you with yet another video of Happy Soul.